Let's get right into it. Today, in this explainer, we're taking a close look at a massive paradigm shift happening right now in how industry experts manage facilities and design interior spaces. We are finally moving away from outdated, temporary fixes and stepping into a whole new era of true architectural durability.
For years, industry norms have just accepted peeling vinyl and moldy wallpaper as, well, unavoidable operational realities. But really ask yourself, why on earth do we tolerate a 5 to 7 year failure rate for commercial walls? We've watched major healthcare systems blow thousands of dollars removing wallpaper from patient care areas, only to turn right around and face massive mold remediation. We've seen retail chains forced to navigate the absolute nightmare logistics of replacing peeling vinyl across dozens of locations all at once. It's just a brutal, entirely wasteful cycle.
So here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll cover the commercial wall covering crisis. Second, the true cost of vinyl. Third, we'll explain direct-to-wall technology. Next up, we'll look at how it's built for high-traffic environments, followed by the sustainable life cycle advantage, and finally, we'll talk about executing your refresh strategy. All right, Section 1, the commercial wall covering crisis. Let's look at the operational headaches. There is a massive fundamental mismatch at play here. Vinyl and wallpaper, they are essentially residential technologies that are just flat-out failing under the intense demands of commercial environments. Think about it. Residential spaces have light traffic and perfectly stable climate control. But commercial spaces, they demand pure survival. You've got seasonal temperature swings causing the architecture to expand and contract. Humidity is constantly fluctuating. You literally have thousands of people brushing against the walls every single day. These operational realities instantly expose the glaring weaknesses of traditional residential-grade coverings. Relying on adhesives is just an incredibly outdated approach, and it's plagued by visual compromises and operational disruptions. I mean, look at this list. Vinyl bubbles and peels in just 2 to 4 years, because any tiny imperfection on the wall, even just a slight surface texture, causes adhesion failure. Then you have those unavoidable seams where 2 rolls meet, which totally ruins the aesthetic design. Plus, taking it down generates hazardous waste and microplastics, and honestly, perhaps worst of all, installation requires 24 to 48 hours of curing downtime. Healthcare facilities and busy schools absolutely cannot block off hallways for 2 whole days.
Which brings us to Section 2, the true cost of vinyl. Let's look at the life cycle economics.
The most crucial point to understand here is this absolutely punishing replacement cycle, 5 to 7 years. That is exactly how often facilities are forced to repeatedly strip, remediate, and reinstall finishes just to maintain a basic acceptable appearance. You are paying premium, top-tier costs for a solution that practically guarantees constant replacement.
Let's actually run the numbers. When you look at the 15-year amortized life cycle cost, it decisively favors direct-to-wall printing, saving you literally hundreds of thousands of dollars. Take a 10,000 square foot campus. Sure, vinyl might seem like a bit of a bargain up front at $15 to $25 a square foot compared to direct printing at $20 to $35. But vinyl only survives 5 to 7 years. So, over a 15-year period, replacing that vinyl ends up costing you between $400,000 and $600,000. Direct-to-wall printing easily lasts 10 to 15 years or more, dropping that 15-year cost down to between $300,000 and $450,000. And frankly, that's before we even factor in the incredibly high soft costs of overtime labor and the massive operational disruption that vinyl forces on you.
So, let's get into Section 3, direct-to-wall tech. Let's explain the technology.
How do we fix this? By turning the wall itself into the canvas. We eliminate the physical interface that typically fails, meaning there is absolutely nothing to peel, bubble, or separate. Direct-to-wall printing uses advanced industrial inkjet technology. The ink actually bonds chemically directly with the wall substrate, and it does this at a mind-blowing 1200 dpi resolution. We are talking museum-quality, photorealistic detail here. Subtle color gradients, fine lines, depth, all of it reproduced perfectly at a massive architectural scale.
Your risk profile changes completely when you bypass adhesives. Instead of needing 48 hours of after-hours curing time, your space is fully operational in less than 5 hours. It's just 3 steps. Step 1, your technicians prep the wall in about 30 to 60 minutes. Minor textures or small surface variations, they don't matter at all. Step 2, print directly onto the wall. Step 3, clean up. You can breeze through multiple walls or entire floors in a single week. Plus, because it's a digital file, the output is pixel perfect every single time. The graphic that prints in your Boston lobby is going to perfectly match the one in your Los Angeles office.
Now, Section 4, built for high traffic. Let's talk extreme environments.
In spaces with incredibly strict cleaning protocols and heavy wear, field observations definitively prove that this chemically bonded, hardened ink drastically outlasts traditional coverings. Just look at this real-world finding. Pediatric hospital wings are brutal on walls. You've got constant wiping with hospital-grade disinfectants, kids running their hands along the corridors, heavy medical carts constantly bumping the walls, yet direct-to-wall installations have outperformed vinyl by 3 to 4 years or more in these exact unforgiving environments. And if someone takes a permanent marker to it, a simple cleaning wipe takes it right off. And here is where it gets really exciting from an expert design perspective. The compatibility is unmatched. Because this process seamlessly adapts across mixed surface environments, you never ever have to make aesthetic compromises based on building constraints. This is a huge breakthrough. Whether your building features standard drywall, polished concrete, CMU block, or even original historic brick, the ink bonds directly and produces flawless results. You can literally have a single, seamless graphic stretch across the brand new drywall and a modern expansion right over onto the heritage brick wall of the original building with absolutely zero visual difference.
Moving on to Section 5, the Sustainable Life Cycle, the Green Advantage.
If your organization is chasing green building certifications or has strong ESG mandates, this completely eliminates the massive carbon footprint and hazardous waste associated with those old removal and disposal cycles. There is zero material waste, literally none. There is no vinyl to painfully strip down, there's no toxic chemical wallpaper paste you have to neutralize, you aren't generating harmful microplastics, and you aren't putting heavy rolls of material on trucks and shipping them across the country, which just adds unnecessary carbon to your supply chain.
Plus, it has this incredible built-in flexibility that is just invaluable for commercial real estate developers because it allows a space to be prepped for the next occupant in days instead of weeks. What if 5-year lease finally ends, or if your branding just needs a quick refresh, you don't need to hire expensive specialists to come tear down old graphics. Your regular in-house maintenance team simply primes the wall and paints right over it. It is entirely paint-over ready from day one.
All right, our final section, Section 6, Refresh Strategy, Executing Your Plan.
As experts in this space, here is the exact step-by-step implementation audit we see industry leaders use to establish proof of performance and get all their stakeholders aligned. Step 1. Seriously evaluate your current 5-year life cycle costs and the actual painful downtime you suffer every time you replace vinyl. Step 2. Identify high-visibility pilot spaces. Pick a corporate lobby or a retail flagship where top-tier quality really matters. Step 3. Get your design, facilities, and procurement teams involved early. I guarantee the designers will love the seam-free visuals, facilities will love the easy cleanability, and procurement will love the long-term cost clarity. Finally, Step 4. Closely document that pilot performance so you can build a rock-solid internal business case for rolling it out further.
And as a bonus strategic win for you, you can use this tech to integrate all your emergency and wayfinding signage directly into the architecture itself, which creates a beautifully curated, clean environment. Instead of mounting a dozen cheap directional signs, color-coded floor stickers, and instructional posters that just create immense visual clutter, you can print apartment names and directional arrows right into the wall surface. It totally eliminates the need for extra hardware and makes the entire space feel curated and professionally designed.
So now that you've seen the actual math and the technology behind it, it's time to evaluate your own facilities and build out a pilot program that will redefine your operational budget. The real question is, are you ready to audit your lifecycle costs and start treating your walls as permanent assets instead of temporary liabilities? Because the era of peeling vinyl, unavoidable seams, and endless wasteful replacements is officially over. This explainer has given you the new expert standard for commercial spaces. It's time to rethink your walls and stop paying for guaranteed failure.